Hey, it's Amanda and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to give advice to incoming high school freshmen, but these tips also apply to people in other grades as well. So the first tip is to actually study. You've probably heard this many times, but it's especially important in high school. You're going to be thrown a lot of information and you need to know it all for your tests and quizzes. I never really studied in middle school. I didn't really have a need to. And I still got pretty good grades, but in high school you absolutely need to study, and I learned that the hard way. Also, take notes even if your teacher's gonna actually give you the notes. And this is really important because one, writing notes down by hand actually helps with information retention, which means that you'll be able to understand it better and you're probably just going to do better on tests and quizzes if you do that. It's also just easier to read when you wrote it down by yourself and it's organized in a way that you understand. Tip 2 is to reach out to your teachers. Make sure that if you have questions or maybe you missed an assignment or something, that you reach out to your teacher first, because at least at my school, and I'm pretty sure it's the same at most other high schools, they're not going to tell you that you're missing an assignment. They're just gonna put in a 0. So if you're missing anything, check your grades, make sure that you're not missing anything, but if you are missing anything, contact your teacher and let them know and they'll help you out from there. It'll also make a good impression on them because it shows them that you're actually there to learn. You'll make a good impression. Which brings me to my third tip to make a good impression on your teachers. So there's this phenomenon called the Pygmalion effect. I think that's how it's pronounced. And overall, what it states in this context is if your teacher thinks well of you, then there's a higher chance that you actually will do well and they'll help you out more. But if they don't really think well of you, there's a lower chance of you doing well, and overall you're probably gonna have a lower grade in the class. If you want to learn more about the Pygmalion effect, I will link it in the iCard. I'll link it up here if you want to learn more. It's also really good to make a good impression on your teacher, because if you need to bump up your grade a little bit, maybe you're slightly below the A or slightly below the B you want, there's a higher chance of them being willing to bump it up for you if they like you. It's also more likely that they'll recommend you for a leadership role or an honors program and so on. My fourth tip is to be organized. Organization is so important. In high school, you have homework that you have to do every day in pretty much every class, and it will take hours to do. You need to be organized with your time, and you need to be organized with all your papers and documents and everything, and you need to be able to find your assignments, because teachers don't tolerate lost assignments unless you have a really good reason. To maintain organization, I suggest getting a planner. This is mine. I got it pretty inexpensive and it has everything I need. I can write down all my assignments and it's just really nice because it helps me stay organized. My next tip is to get involved with the school. This is your opportunity to find out what you like and don't like and what you're passionate about. So try out as many sports and clubs as you can or that you're interested in. One of my biggest regrets freshman year was not getting involved enough with the school, and I ended up having a lot of extra time and regretting that I hadn't joined enough clubs. But now I'm pretty involved with the school and I'm really happy that I'm doing this because I'm actually figuring out what I like and don't like, and I'm learning actually a lot more about what I might want to do for the rest of my life. So usually the timeline is a little bit like this. In freshman year, you try a bunch of things out. Sophomore year, you kind of cut out the things that you weren't a big fan of. And then junior and senior year, you're kind of solid on what you really want to do, and then that's also really good for college apps to show that you have specific passions and that you're really willing to go far to learn about a particular category or subject. Another tip I have is to actually make some friends. A lot of your classes you might have your friends in, but there also might be a lot where you don't have any friends in. So I really suggest going out and trying to find friends in your class just so you don't feel lonely and so you can talk to someone. And remember, everyone else is new to this too. So it doesn't hurt to go and try to have new friends because everyone's trying to make friends. I met some of my best friends freshman year of high school, and I'm so happy that I met them. My next tip is to stay away from drama. School is already super stressful as is because of studying, sports, clubs, and drama is only gonna make the stress worse. Later on, you're gonna look back at high school and think, why did I get involved with that? It didn't benefit me. There's no point in getting involved in drama. My next tip is to not stay up super late. If you do this, you will suffer so much in high school. You need to wake up early in the morning and get to class, and you need your beauty sleep. This is going to impact your grades because you aren't going to be able to focus or retain information. Also, not getting enough sleep, it just looks bad. You have dark circles, bags. It doesn't look good either. Please get enough sleep. That video game or YouTube video or whatever is keeping you up can wait. My next tip is to get familiar with the school. This is mostly for those who are going to be doing in-person learning. If you can go to school before the first day, then I highly suggest touring the school and walking your schedule. This is really helpful because you can get an idea of how long it'll take to get to the different classes, as well as explore different routes you can take. To take less time, maybe if you want to meet up with your friends quickly before going to class, it's a really good idea to just have a better image of the layout of your school. And my very last tip is to always come prepared. You don't like it when people steal your pencils or pens or erasers or anything, so don't do it either. Come prepared to class, bring your own pens, pencils, and erasers, and don't be that annoying person. Nobody likes that person. If you guys have any more tips for each other or that I didn't mention, put them down in the comments so other people can get more tips that I didn't mention. Please like this video if you did and subscribe if you want to see more from my channel. Bye!